if not retains power in 2023, says GBADAMOSI. The governorship candidate of the African Democratic Party in the 2019 election in Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde GBADAMOSI, speaks with Mudiaga Afi on the need to expand rules in the metropolis and other national issues. How can the government tackle the problem of gridlock in Lagos? And he said, the gridlock has always been with us. It is just that it has become far more intensive now. During the 1970s, the military tackled the gridlock the best they could. They expanded the roads from the original 2-lane express to the 10 lanes that it was from Jibowu to Ketu, among others. To be more precise, I think that subsequent regime in Lagos, starting with the late General Mobolaji Johnson, did a sterling job, and after him, many other governors did theirs. They did the best they could under the circumstances in terms of road expansion. The military under the Olusegun Obasanjo administration started the Third Mainland Bridge project, but I think for some reason, the civilian administration of the late Shehu Shagari was not too enthusiastic about it, and also the regime of Muhammadu Buhari did not also look into it until that of Ibrahim Babangida. In my opinion, a lot of the roads that are still dual carriageways in Lagos today ought to have been expanded to 10-lane expressway, just like we have in Abuja. That is what Lagos needs, without a shadow of doubt. Our polity is already overheated with debates on the 2023 election and where the presidential candidate should come from. Don't you think it is too early for that? He said no, it is not too early to start discussing the 2023 presidential election because, in my opinion, we made some foolish choices in 2015 that have led us to where we are. When I say we, I mean members of the PDP, the public, and Nigerians in general. We ignored the antecedents of General Muhammadu Buhari for whatever reason. Many Nigerians refused to take account of Buhari's antecedents when they were going to vote in the 2015 election, and more especially the millennials were deceived because they formed the bulk of the electorate. Of course, we also knew there were irregularities underage voting in the north. We know that the majority of the votes that came from the north will not ordinarily count in a real democracy. Wow. Unfortunately for us, we are where we are today because of those decisions. So if we are going to be talking about the presidential election in 2023, we had better start so that we can interrogate the past of the people that would want to take us to the extra level. Oh, wow. Because we are now in the next level. We need to bring them into the cold light of the day and examine their antecedents. If any person is presenting himself for public office, he needs to be scrutinized and investigated. Otherwise, some of these things impact us as people when they get into office. Look at the disgraceful scenes in the villa where the first lady is being locked out from some rooms by some people who were not elected to be in government, and yet they have an immense amount of power in this administration. How much more lowly do we want to drag the seat of office in Nigeria? We need to know who our leaders are. Their family, children, economic lifestyle, or extravagant display of wealth. We need to know if they have done anything in the past that could bring the office to disrepute. But there are also arguments as to where the presidency should go. Why some believe that it should come to the south and specifically the southeast. Some proponents in the north believe it should remain in the north. What is your position on this? He said, I think it is unfair that the Igbo people have been shut out from the office of the president in Nigeria for as long as Nigeria has existed. I think it is grossly unfair and it is deliberate. I think it is also to the detriment of our unity. If indeed we want to remain a united country, then we need to give everybody a chance, because if we are not ready to do that, we need to break up and everybody should go to their separate ways. We say we are one united country, everybody must be given a chance to steer us in the direction they think would make a place for everybody. The Northerners have had their chance from different parts of that region, North Central, Northeast, and Northwest. But those canvassing for the North to continue in 2023 are looking at the situation from the onset of the Fourth Republic. Is that a good assessment? He said, we cannot cut any period out of the history of Nigeria unless we are being foolish, because the actions that were taken impacted on us. The constitution was written during the military era. Are we going to throw it away? If that is the case, we would need to take the opportunity to write a fresh constitution that makes more sense. You say we are a secular state, and yet the word Sharia appears in the constitution uncountable number of times, but our country is not a theocracy. Who are we playing with? Is it some kind of joke of some people playing with our intelligence? We also have a Chief Justice of Nigeria that has made some statements that are triumphal, like a conquering invader, that they are more in number and can change the law. So, what kind of justice can the Christians receive from his court? My goodness. Some issues need to be addressed. Let us rewrite the constitution so that the one that was written in 1999 can go out of the window. You cannot apply something that we did not approve of all of us. Even in countries where they have one major religion, like the United Arab Emirates, for instance, they are fighting hard to de-emphasize religion in matters of the state. These are countries that want to make progress. We need to wake up to decide whether we want to live together or live apart. If they say the presidency should not come to the south in 2023, then let us end Nigeria and stop deceiving ourselves. Are you saying it is not visible for the North to retain power in 2023? He said it is not. If they insist, then let us break Nigeria. Let each region go their separate ways. It is either that or we have a loose confederation with an option to secede, depending on the available option upon the start of the confederation. I disagree with those that say the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable, because there is nothing in this world that is created by humans that is not negotiable. It is not, it is only the law of God that is not negotiable. Are they saying the unity of Nigeria is some kind of God that we must worship? If the concept of Nigeria is not serving the people that live in that space, then let's break it and let each person go and paddle their own canoe. Those that are saying if we break up, some of us would go hungry, let us go hungry, because it is the hunger that made Singapore what it is today. Singapore has zero oil, and yet they have three of the biggest refineries in the world. We have this problem of being unified with people who have no ambition. If Nigeria is not working, just like the Soviets realized that the USSR was not working, and they broke up and allowed each country to go and do their own thing, and are making huge technological advances. We should do that. It is not about size for those that keep arguing that we are better when we are bigger. Of course, this guys, I so much love this guy. You know, those are the things that we are talking about. Those are the things that we are talking about. Like I always said, if people say they want to go their way, is it a crime? I don't know where it is written. The other time, the UK government was trying to say, no, Nigeria must be together. Say Zoo, when they were leaving Brexit, did anybody force them? Did anybody compel them? When they said they wanted to leave Europe, EU? Yes. Did anybody force them that they must stay together? So coming to tell us all those cock and bull stories and all of that, something is not working, and you are saying they must stay together, and they will be threatening. Oh, if Igbos go, they will suffer. If Yoruba goes, this and this and that. There is a, what is it called? There is strength in our togetherness. There is strength in our number that is not working. Nothing is working. The people who are always agitating for this one Nigeria, they are the politicians who have opportunity and are holding one position or the other, and all those who have already eaten to the extent of even vomiting what they have eaten because they are overfed. They are overfed. So all this issue of okay, don't do this, don't do this. Like when you talk about state policing, they will tell you, oh, politicians are going to use it to do this and that. Let us go into it and look and see how it's going to work. The advantages it has, are more than the disadvantages. So what are we talking about? There is nothing in this life that is perfect. And they will just be threatening, blackmailing people. Oh, if they go their separate way, if because of our number, because of our culture. And yet, it is just like a 5% or 3% of the population are enjoying the dividends of this country. Why the 97, the rest 97% are, it's like they are bound to the Philistine. What are we talking about? In the first place, is this a crime? When people say we want to go our separate way, we know what we are capable of. We know what we can do. Let us go our own. Let us go our separate ways. And the problem is that those who are already eating, they will not even want to talk about a referendum. Just like I always say, the Biafrans, the people from the southeast, their own people are the problems of their not getting what they want or working against their own agitations. Their own people, and it's cut across board as well. They will be telling you one Nigeria, and yet it's not working. You will see a president who is not patriotic. He will be going to UK for treatment. His family, children, wife, all of them, when it comes to schooling, the same thing. And they will come and be telling us cock and bull stories. Majority of them are overfed to the extent they are vomiting because they are overfed to the fullest. And they will be talking of one Nigeria, and the ones that are waiting, on the waiting list, so that they will get what they want to get. Because those who have already gotten their own, they are ready to go and cut the national cake. Is it a crime? I don't know when it has become a crime or it has become a problem. Is it a criminal offense that if you say you want to go, there's more a problem? And at the end of the day, they will be telling you to your face, you don't know how to play politics. What kind of nonsense politics are we talking about? It's like this guy just spoke. He spoke my mind. Honestly, he did speak my mind. From the submission of people, someone says this is a bold, straight to the point peace that shows the mind of the people, and it will happen soonest. No force of darkness can stop it. It's either south turn to your tent or people of Niger. Even though I am from the extreme north, but the truth is the north has no any reason to produce president in 2023. Ango Abdullahi and Shetima don't even deserve leading people. In fact, they don't even deserve public speech because they are selfish. And again, someone says, well, you have spoken the truth, but the oppressors and parasites of Nigeria will not be happy to hear or read it. If not wickedness of some people, what is it in life that is not negotiable? Talk less of association. The entity called Nigeria is an association, and we have freedom of association in Nigeria and the world and the whole world. If we want to secure the future of our children, we must to restructure Nigeria, rewrite the constitution, or divide Nigeria into its regions. And another person says separation of Nigeria is overdue. We can't find our bearing any longer. And governors favored the north. And when they get power, they don't want to leave the power for other region. Very selfish people. Nigeria belongs to all Nigerians, irrespective of ethics or religion. But it goes beyond that. It's not even, there's one thing I just want people to know is that it's not even the north alone. It's not that it's favoring the north alone. It's favoring the so-called people in the southwest, south, and the southeast. We have all those principalities and power as human beings. They are the one working with these people. The north cannot work in isolation. We have people who are betraying their own people from other regions, and that is what people need to get. The north cannot work in isolation. And I always use a Buhari state situation as an example. For the fact that he always get billions of votes. 3 times he tried it and he failed. Not until when he had to, merge with other people from other regions. So what are we talking about? We have these people who are selfish across board, not only in the north, because the north cannot work in isolation. And I will continue to say it. It is not a criminal. It's not a criminal offense, or it is not a crime that people will go their separate way. If something is not working, what you have been doing for a very long time, and yet you are not getting a desired result, talk. How many for how long? since 1960, and somebody will come and be telling you that there is strength in our togetherness, then why has the togetherness or the number or the population not yielded results since? Why? What are we still waiting for? If all this while we are together and yet we are not making headway, we are not making any improvement, we are not going anywhere, then that means the togetherness is a beautiful nonsense. Our being together is beautiful nonsense. It has not yielded any positive results. So that's my own take. I so much, record with what this guy said. That is my opinion. So I don't know what you guys think about what GBADAMOSI has said, Tunde GBADAMOSI has said concerning the breakup of Nigeria, if it's not working. So guys, leave your comments below and let's hear your take. Bye.